have to get off my phone. Alright, Max, I gotta let you go. I'm working for mine. If you're gonna be a talk, I apologize, bud.
We could have him join the Facebook Live and have him show his camera. We could do that. We got 11 people.
Get to 25, we're going to start.
24. 26.
Boys from the back says hello from Illinois. That's got to be Taylor. Hey, Taylor. All right, welcome to episode 13 of Back to the Toy Store. Whew. I got my mom watching, my mother-in-law watching, I got Jared watching. Whoops, yeah, McLovin. We kind of figured that out. Steve, thanks. It is a nice castle. We picked up a really nice collection today. We'll get into that here in just a little bit.
Absolutely. And we
What's
got
up, Mother?
another collection that we're going to be talking about.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. You never know. All right, so today it's a warm one. It's a warm one. We are minus
It is.
Lego Max. We're working on some technical difficulties trying to.
It says Max M. He's right there. Max M.
We're trying to bring him in on.
We'll see glimpses of him from time to
He's
time.
sort of on there. He's trying to get his microphone worked up. Frank says, "What up, fellas? What's up, Frank?" Let's see. What did I miss? Ben DeVerde says theme song.
There he goes.
Robert's checking in. Hello, gentlemen. How we doing, Wayne? All right, we've got a lot to get in tonight. We're gonna try and limit our show to just an hour. Tony Graham's watching when he should be here. We're not sure why he's not.
No pizza.
Public shaming.
No. He would probably shame me with no pizza.
Yeah. What's up, Arthur Baker? Thanks for tuning in. All right, what did we get new this week? Did we bring it over?
Yes.
We actually,
Yeah. Do we have any birthdays?
Forgot we took time to make the card.
Yeah, you made the card.
Greetings and birthdays. I want to say happy 4th of July to everybody because it won't be on, so happy 4th to everybody. Anybody have a birthday around the 4th?
America.
America. Dang right. Dang right. You know
one of our main customers had a birthday this last week. I don't like who it was.
Well, that is
Don't let us know.
Whoever it was, happy
If you had a birthday this week, would you go ahead and chime in, please, and thank yourself?
Thank yourself.
Pat yourself on the back.
We're glad. They should be
Max is there, folks. Take a look at that young man.
Hey, Max.
Hey, bud.
Can we hear him?
No.
No, not yet.
Still no audio?
So Max is going to use sign language tonight.
Please do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got the Jade and Silent Bob figures too.
Yeah, but we've got those.
Correct. I got those.
All right. We're going to break right into new stuff that we got.
How are we doing that one? You want to talk about the problem?
Yeah. We got a word from our supplier that this is going to happen to 90% of the R2D2s. Crushed bubble straight out of the case.
How many so far were good that we've opened?
We're about 50%.
Two.
Yeah, we had 2 good out of 5 cases.
We got sound.
I hear you.
Max?
Are you alive? Can you hear me?
To the max.
All right, to the max. So yeah, if you manage to get into the store and get an R2D2 in good shape,
There's 2 of them.
good on you.
There's only one now.
I think there's one left in good shape.
Someone bought one of the good ones.
Someone that sits here or someone else?
They did discount us a little bit, so the damaged ones we will have for a lesser price. Pass on the savings, right? And
What you're known for.
The only one I bought for my personal collection was R2 because he's.
Oh, you got the upside down one. I remember that.
Yeah, I got a package.
That was slick. So far they've had upside down packaging and damage.
Yeah.
So it's going well.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got the
So he's all right.
the 10-inch the child from Funko
I want
Pops
to talk
here.
about that later. I marked that down.
Yep, I'll let you. I'm just showing what's new.
I know.
So,
Well, I just finished The Mandalorian, I have to say.
yeah.
So, yes, for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
It took you so long.
I had to borrow someone's password.
You finally borrowed my password.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I want to say that too loud.
Yeah, not too bad.
They just need to come get their money.
I have
I was
the
just
family
downstairs.
plan, so
Yeah,
we can
I
have
was
what,
downstairs.
up to 6 screens at a time.
Well, I'm getting bred up. So.
So there is a surprise in that Rebel Hot Trooper that a lot of people don't.
Oh yeah, he has extra faces in the backpack.
Yeah.
So if you open him up, there are extra faces in the backpack, and you can actually change out his face, so you can army build these guys. So you'll have
the same.
3 different guys instead of 100 of the same. You'll have like 30 of each.
Yeah. It's a bearded.
Really?
Clean shave, dude. It's a
Clean shave, bearded, and masked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, see, we thought about
We
it.
got you on that. That's hot. Is it? Well, you're gonna have to
Think about
Oh
these
yeah,
deals in
perfect.
here.
We did. He got you. Colin, that was great.
These
That was
deals.
graceful.
Hot deals.
Steve Babe checking in. All right. Other news stuff that really wasn't new, but new to the new store. I will have my cameraman pan down the tables, and we didn't even get it all out before 7 o'clock. If you're into He-Man classics,
Ka-chow.
Yeah.
not big. I mean, we bought. There's roughly 200 pieces, including an unused castle. All the contents are inside and unused. The gentleman.
Yeah, unlived in.
The gentleman that we bought it from, it got a little water damage on the box, and he threw the box away. So
I know. He had no choice. He said it was a bad
he
one.
said it was pretty bad.
It was right by where the pipe
We
was.
still have 2 or 3 boxes to open up back in the corner of this collection. This is all going to be available when we open the new store, which will be sometime in August.
Oh, you Princess of Power fans are also in there as well.
Yeah.
There's just almost every.
Other than this for the new store, we bought a huge video game collection the other day.
That guy's watching. Thank you.
Some great video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up,
Fun.
Troy? How we doing?
Somebody noticed your haircut.
Yeah, Taylor says nice haircut, Jared.
Oh.
And we also are,
King of the Hill right here.
we are also looking at a possible 1,000 piece pop collection.
Yeah, we won't talk about that yet. We don't have it yet. We don't have it yet. So.
Did you jinx it though? Don't
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Bobby, and those pops.
No more King of the Hill.
Bobby, no Maxwell.
I can't even do
You
it.
just said no more.
I was gonna
Come
say I
on.
can't usually I start cussing if I do the King of the Hill boys.
I don't know why.
And Diverty says the days of Wonka are gone.
Really? Willie?
Rob Hendrickson says JD get a haircut or missing a hat. I'm not
Both.
sure. It's both.
Both.
He
I
took
wore
his
mine.
hat off earlier, and I was clear across the store, and I look over and I'm like, when did Mitch get here?
Right.
You
And
look
Hayden was
just like
staring at
Mitch.
me weird also
Yep.
yesterday.
Yep.
What the heck? You know.
Cody says, what are you asking for that Cara Dune on
What?
the table?
Nothing.
I don't think she's for sale.
I was good. That goes with my thing we're gonna talk about later.
Troy, the new store is at 70th and Van Dorn. We are actually in the new store space.
This is it.
This is it. Cameraman can get dizzy and pan in circles there. It is a work in progress. We are working on getting the warehouse empty first. So this will be the last of everything going on. So what's Max doing?
Max
over
fell
there?
asleep.
He fell over.
Was it snoring?
Well, he went blank, but he's still making noise.
iPad hit the
So,
ground.
One thing at a time.
yeah. Other new
Episode
stuff.
13.
What else?
We do have hyperreal loop processing.
Yeah, we got hyperreal loops will be coming in. We have the carbonized Stormtrooper
That was,
ship.
that was it.
Yeah, the carbonized Stormtrooper. So he will be here next week sometime. Haven't heard on the boba. From what I've heard, the carbonized bobas have been shipping from other places, but so far I haven't heard anything from my distributor. So We'll find out. Hopefully in the next week we'll be getting the carbonized bogas too, but I'm not real sure.
Hope they use the cargo hold.
Yeah.
Well, plenty of carbonized, yeah.
Max, can you hear us okay?
Thanks, Hayden. Appreciate that.
I got it.
Did you hear about
Someone?
the 3 new G.I. Joe 6-inch? 3 new ones?
Oh yeah. What do they call him? The one guy, the business.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a-
Business director, Destro.
Business director Destro. It's actually Pimp Daddy Destro.
Daddy Destro.
For the GI Joe fans.
Very inappropriate.
Profit director.
Profit
director.
Yes.
So yeah.
Max took off.
But
Not getting the screen
they
time.
announced 3 other ones.
Oh, they did. What they announced?
They announced Beachhead,
Okay.
and that's going to be from Snake Eyes movie. Cobra Trooper,
Okay.
and no photos. No photos.
Just
It
the
was-
names.
You're gonna have to hit, I think Max went to sleep. You're gonna have to hit enter even.
Oh jeez.
Think of all the young people we have.
I know, you think these people know the technology.
But no, Gumbo got announced, and Gumbo, Red Ninja, Cobra Commander. It's gonna be a good year, I think, for G.I. Joe. Yo Joe.
That's right.
Jason Rogenkamp says that we need to open a store in Kansas City.
Well.
Omaha first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lincoln.
Get this one up and running.
Yeah, we'll get this one going and
With all the barbecue, I'd never be camera ready.
Get a franchise?
You know?
Barbecue on your.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah, I
There's already barbecue.
I'm not sure about Kansas City, but I think Omaha is probably in the future at some point. 'Cause
We might have seen some spots today that we thought
yeah,
about.
we were up driving around Omaha and
We got some things.
we picked up all the He-Man stuff and I'll let Jared show what else we bought.
Yeah. I think this is a Rough Rider.
Where am I?
A-Team Rough Rider. Well,
Still in the van?
yep.
Okay.
A-Team Rough Rider. We found this just out and about. We won't necessarily, we were hitting some spots, some honey holes, if you will. This one got a Krypton, I'll say that, because,
Yep.
he's came down to our sales before.
We stopped by to see the guys at Krypton today and bought a couple things there.
Yeah.
So
Marcellus Wallace, which, if you like Pulp Fiction, this is like a mainstay character for you. And I hadn't seen him never seen him in the card, so.
yeah, they got 20% off right now on their toys.
20% off, everything in the store, just
Yep.
flat out, come in,
Except for their
20%
new
off.
comics, I think. The comics aren't 20% off, just the toys.
This is at a pawn shop, so never give up on your pawn shops,
Yeah, we stopped at a pawn shop.
Never give up on your pawn shops.
I got a couple really cool things, but they didn't make the show, I guess.
I don't know, why not?
I don't know. They were in the same bag.
Oh,
What's
turd.
that? Did you bring that back? Or
Turds.
just that in?
I can bring the bag again. I don't know.
Huh.
There it is. Is that it?
No, that's turd.
I'm gonna have to blame myself on this. I'll take the responsibility.
Well, you talk. I'll find
They could be still in the car.
They
too.
could.
But yeah, so we went down. We were just checking local pawn shops. We hit the Goodwills also, and I got a couple Michael Bolton CDs, but really after that there wasn't much of Goodwill today. Thanks. And I got a Boys to Men CD and one other thing. Oh, an old Garth Brooks Fences CD. No Fences.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, and then also $6 Million Man Lunchbox. Mike's brother found that, so that's pretty cool. Thermos is in it. These are all things that'll be at the new store. They're gonna be represented.
Yeah, we got a nice collection, of 200 G.I. Joes that came in
Yeah.
yesterday with some Supernaturals.
300 muscles.
There was a lot of muscle men. It was.
Man, it's just been a flow though. The stuff is just
Talk about the video game stuff we got. What was the video game stuff?
Oh, the video game stuff we recently acquired. Earthbound. We acquired an N64 in the box. We acquired N64 controllers in the box. We acquired Super Nintendo in the box.
Nintendo in the box.
We
yeah.
got
GameCube.
No box in the GameCube, but still NES. Dreamcast in the box. One,
Did he Wind Waker or any?
What's up, John?
Games?
no, we got some cool games. We did get a few Animal Crossings that our Nintendo fans love, but
Yeah.
120 games and all. I mean, just
120 games, 10 systems,
Yeah.
I think. So,
Just all the way from his Nintendo to his PlayStation 2 we got.
yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It was very nice. It was very nice. Xbox 360. It's a nice collection to come in.
Yeah.
We actually were pretty excited that day.
We've been getting some great collections, and thanks to a lot of people who, checked the Facebook page. You're helping our new store come together quite nicely.
Yep.
It's going to open bigger and better than I've ever seen this store. But found these. Look at these. If anybody knows anything about Fantasy Island, came out in 1977.
Name.
Yeah, 1977 to 1984.
A couple of these cats were alive.
I was a
even
year
thought.
old when they came
I
out.
watched it, I think, every Monday night.
Where were you girls in 77?
So I got these. My mom used to watch this, and I got it because of it. So I thought it was fun.
It is.
A lot of stars were guest stars.
Yeah, cameoed in that show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Just like the Love Boat.
Yeah, the Love Boat, you'd be watching just to see who your cameo was, too. Similar to Fantasy Island.
Didn't they do a crossover show?
Oh, yeah.
once?
Oh, yeah.
Love Boat and Fantasy Island.
So I was excited to have these.
Pop's really doing
Alright,
it, man.
I found what I bought today,
Oh, yeah.
and these are just freaking awesome.
Let's get the 4-letter marks. No.
They are marks.
Yep.
They are
No
Tom and Jerry squirt guns.
Those are cool.
Yeah. And I've never seen them in the box before. Believe it or not, we found these at a pawn shop.
It was a good deal.
Yep. And we got Tom.
That's awesome. Notice I'm part of the same stuff that from years ago.
We think so.
You think so?
Yep. So these guys, they're not for sale. They're going home into my display case. So, but I just had to show them off because they're so cool. And just in case Mitch was watching, he's our local Marks historian. He would love them. But sorry, Mitch, you can't
He
have
likes
them.
anything Marks, doesn't
He
he?
does.
He does mostly the Johnny West line, but he's been reaching out, expanding a little bit.
He's got like a dinosaur looking thing now in his house.
Yep.
Yeah, and somebody came in to buy it the day after.
We didn't tell you that, Mitch. I don't know if you're watching, but someone came in to buy it the very day after. So you did really well to pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't think Mitch was watching. I haven't seen him
Where we
come.
at? Does anyone do Grind My Gears? Grind My Gears?
Come out pretty naturally.
Yeah, well, I got one though. Hayden brought it up today. Grind My Gears.
Yeah.
We were talking about TV shows that got canceled a little bit early, a little bit too soon. Does anybody have a TV show with Grind My Gears canceled too soon?
Well, Freaks and Geeks was the one we said.
Freaks and Geeks was huge.
No, Deadwood for
I
me.
believe my brother would agree on the Freaks
Oh.
and Geeks.
Deadwood got clipped in its prime too.
Yeah.
Being Deadwood fans out there.
Mine would have been Leverage because Leverage season 5 they won. They got nominated for People's Choice Award for Best Show,
And they,
got canceled.
Yeah, check that one out.
I did
Just pretty good.
Leverage was
Pretty good.
canceled after getting nominated for Show of the Year.
Yeah, for Best
I'm gonna think on that one.
Yeah, well,
There's a lot of them because I hate to say it, but almost every show that I like
yeah.
gets canceled.
It says something about your personality.
Yeah. There was one. It was this was probably 15 years ago, and he was
stewing.
well, yeah, I'm still doing a little bit. It only lasted one season, but it was a
Oh, let me guess.
yeah. That one.
Firefly?
No.
That only lasted one season?
Honestly,
Tommy Lee Goes to College.
I'm not a huge fan of Firefly.
Really? That was decent.
I know. It had Kyle Chandler in it,
Okay.
and in the first episode, John Goodman was the guy, a really smart guy, and he got killed, and they put his brain into this body, which was kind of like a $6 million man type body,
Correct.
and it was a great show, but it only lasted one season.
What's the name of the show?
I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
But
I
it's
might
that
agree with
show.
the canceling.
You know,
So memorable we can't remember the name.
Somebody will remember it and say it.
Somebody will know,
there
yeah.
was a show back on 1985, Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer was great.
Sledgehammer was great up until they decided to cut it in the middle of the episode. They played with like an 8-track.
Huh.
No.
Yeah, it started
Not on
to be
that.
shown halfway through on Saturday afternoon.
Another one that grinds my gears, Automan.
Oh, wow.
It was so Tron. You know,
I
the
just
guy,
watched Tron.
yeah, the guy would just turn into a car. Yeah.
Was that Rex Smith? Or what was it? Was that Mayonnaise?
I don't remember. It was, yeah, he went on to do something else.
Okay.
It was the guy from. Was it the guy from? No, it wasn't the guy from No.
All right, well then, with Grind My
Oh.
Gears, vice versa.
Somebody says Travelers ended too soon. They gave it 3 seasons.
Yeah, the other way around. Shows us
Yeah,
too long.
start. How I Met Your Mother.
I'm not going to say the one that I said
In other
before.
words, who jumped the shark?
Yeah, Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter.
You think Dexter went on too long?
Yes.
Well,
I think that Netflix is going to go to a 4-season platform because all the shows nowadays, that's all people got.
It didn't
You got about
drag
4
on.
seasons. What are we talking about today? They're still walking in The Walking Dead, for God's sake.
Yeah, they
People
need
are
to end
still
that.
walking around looking for something.
They just found a new place. And
Of course.
It's just gonna be the same situation.
Never seen an
They
episode.
have just found a new place again.
how do you have a
Why did
prison
they
that
ever
has so
leave
many
the
holes in
prison?
it? Well, there's so many holes in it. You keep seeing people every day.
Well, I just think they should have stayed at the prison. You know, it was a prison.
I already said
I
gold.
don't know what you're talking about. I've
Can't
never
say
seen
that
an
again.
episode.
It's okay. You would be like me, like, okay, we're doing this again.
Just not into zombies.
Arrow definitely just started getting
Well, there's more to it.
Yeah, Arrow was a show.
Arrow?
You get to season 5 and then all of a sudden.
Did you know one of our customers was in The Walking Dead in 2 episodes?
Well, you told
Like an
me.
extra?
Anthony, Vaccarello.
Didn't he?
He was eating a dead horse. Yes.
So hungry you can eat a dead horse.
Did he have previous experience to get that role, or Anthony, previous experience?
I'm still trying to find your John Goodman TV show.
Oh, I'm gonna put it out there. That's coming up. That's coming up. We got that out there.
Are we done with Grind My Gears?
Grind My Gears. Any more that went too long? We said Walking Dead. That 70s show. Man, that was harsh.
That went into the 80s.
That was harsh.
Did they do that 80s show? And it was
Oh, that was worse too.
You just
That show got canceled. Max, you got any shows that went too long, buddy?
Uh-oh.
Your audio is very glitchy, and so could you please repeat that again?
We only heard every one of your words too, but is there any TV shows that went too long?
That went on for like too long.
Yes.
Honestly, I think most of the shows that I've seen have actually been like around for like as far as like how many like shows they've made.
That's a good point.
Where can any that like it's like overly long.
Right. Well, Mike said that you're really young still, so some of the shows haven't been too long. You know. Good point. Walking Dead's been going on since he was 3.
I know. I remember watching.
Right. Well, okay, yeah, we are done with Grind My Gears. Max, is yours? Are you want to show your Lego stuff?
Yeah, I can if you want me to.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Right now.
Hey, yeah, bear with us here. Max is live from the lab tonight. He didn't get to be with us, so go ahead, Max. See if it works.
All right, thank you, Jared. So I brought a couple of stuff that like is probably the stars of my collection. I might have to move it closer to the camera, so if you see me walking around a lot, it's probably just gonna be that. So here I'm just gonna bring it up closer. So here it is, all right here. So the first thing I want to show you a closer view of it. I don't know, I think you can see it, but it's the TC4 polybag. I had purchased this at a Lego convention called Nebraska Brick Days. This year it has been canceled, but it's been around for the past couple of years. It's basically a convention where all these Lego people come and they show off their mocks, and it's a very cool show. Or not really a show, but convention, sorry. And at one time he had this booth, and if you don't know, convention booths, sometimes, especially at Lego conventions. So when I was going there looking around, this was probably one of the only reasonably priced things there that was rare. And so then I figured that I might as well pick it up. Not only that, but I like collecting the different colored C-3POs because I think they're really cool. next thing I'm gonna show.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We lose him?
Uh-oh. Max!
Max! Don't go, Max!
His dial-up is freezing on him.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Max even know it dial-up.
Oh.
Oh, there he's back.
Hey, he's back.
He doesn't even know he was gone.
We lost.
Arthur Baker's
We're good now, we're good.
show was Now and Again. That was the name of it.
Okay, I've been looking. Can't
Do you want me to continue on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so this was a Green Arrow polybag. This was originally a Comic-Con exclusive, and they haven't, and they've only made a little of the Green Arrow figure. They only made it in one other set. And so then after it was a Comic-Con exclusive, for the winter of that year, GameStop announced that with any purchase of a LEGO Dimensions item, it'd be giving it out for free. That's only if you purchase like anything. So you could buy 2 things and you'd get 2. So that's what I did. I got 2, and so I got 2 of these now. Comic-Con, well, they were Comic-Con exclusive polybags of Green Arrow. And my second last thing I want to show off is the LEGO Ideas Rolling set. Now this was a pretty revolutionary set for LEGO Ideas. If you don't know, LEGO Ideas is a platform where you can submit a LEGO set and it might be made into a real LEGO set. And so this was a Wall-E set. And what was interesting about it is that one of LEGO Ideas' rules is that you cannot make a set of a theme that LEGO has already made. And Disney is a theme that LEGO has made before, but the person that originally gave the idea of the set got away with it because it is a Disney Pixar set.
Oh.
So then, this set I think was released around September, coincidentally around my birthday, and I've received it for my birthday, and I don't think I've opened it just because I've been busy with other LEGO stuff. So it's sealed, and it's kind of special because Wall-E is my childhood movie, and so overall, yeah. Now the second and last thing I want to show off is this tiny bag. I'm going to provide it really close up here. What this tiny bag has is some misprinted Lego figures. Or like, not figures, like pieces. If you don't know, a misprinted Lego piece is when a piece like is supposed to be one color or in one certain shape, but it ends up being in something else. And it's very rare. It's like a production error with the set. So over here, I have 2 sets, or 2 minifigure heads where their eyebrows are not the colors that they're supposed to be. I noticed, so I found this in my collection. This is kind of like a minor like production error. It doesn't really like not something very important, but at the same time I just noticed it and I was like, it's a misprint, and so I thought that was pretty interesting. So then finally I have this head right here, or a helmet for a clone trooper. I don't know if you guys can see that, but as you can see, there's a line where the clone trooper head was supposed to be, and it's printed like a bit more down. Here, I'm gonna grab a Lego clone trooper head and provide a bit of a comparison.
Uh-oh.
So here I have the one in this hand is what a Lego clone trooper head should look like, and this is the one that was misprinted. So as you can see, it's very misprinted. It's like down almost like a millimeter. So that's what makes it pretty special. It's a printing error from the Lego production factory. And other than that, that's all I have to show for my Lego collection today. So.
Well, thank you, Max, for being on with us, bud. Miss you, buddy.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Nice room, by the way. This room is pretty sweet.
You got more toys than I have?
Mine had all ripped out Sports Illustrated pictures that I ripped out myself and pasted them on the
Yeah, that
wall.
was me too.
It's cheap, though.
Sports Illustrated.
Now, see,
It was cheap.
my wall, it was KISS posters, but it said it spelled KISS and looked like a bunch of different random.
Out of like the teen magazine?
Out of like
Jim Morrison.
You got
The
the
teen-
Jim Morrison.
teen pop?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So the John Goodman show was called Now and Again.
Never heard of that.
That was Arthur Baker, I think, said that. Yeah, Arthur Baker, thank you.
I think I resemble John Goodman.
If you get a chance to watch it, first season was great. We
Someone
just never
said
got-
Lost and The Simpsons is also shows that went on to.
The Simpsons is going on way too
Yeah.
long.
We're in season 31.
I quit after like 9 or 10
Yeah.
or 11.
No, season 31, that's a lot.
I
Lost?
still watch it. So.
How many seasons are they to now?
18 or
Yeah.
They're in the team.
I'm all caught up on South Park, but South Park is still good.
Yeah. They still want it canceled. They own it, so.
Yeah, they don't want to do it anymore.
Soundtrack survival would be next.
Okay.
New segment.
New segment.
Soundtrack survival.
That's right.
Soundtrack
Survival.
survival.
Okay, everyone. Let's do some brainstorming in your head. You're gonna need to get yourself a soundtrack.
We didn't get the whiteboard today, did we?
No, we're not gonna use it today.
Okay.
Mike, you can go first with your soundtrack. You can put it against my soundtrack, and we'll let the audience pick whose soundtrack moves on.
Okay.
Soundtrack
So the
survival.
audience gets to decide.
That is correct.
All right. So my first choice for a great soundtrack is Eddie and the Cruisers.
Oh, God, yes.
Eddie and the Cruisers.
Absolutely.
So I wish Rex was in the audience because he
Right.
could vote for it. But yeah.
Right, well,
That's
he
my
might
choice.
still.
Eddie and the Cruisers. Anybody out there? Okay, yours.
My soundtrack that I have in my personal CD changer in my car, you know, that's obviously old because it has a CD changer, would be the Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack. You know I love that soundtrack.
I know you did.
The Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack.
It's a great movie, too.
It is a great movie, and the soundtrack follows the movie perfectly. So it's very,
Constant
from the first
sorrow.
scene, they have that song on there 3 times. It's in the movie 3 times. So every song in the movie is on the soundtrack all the way through to from 1 to 20. So Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Well, let's get everybody's out there. Let's just let everybody pick. Then we got, you know, and we don't have to eliminate one yet. We got plenty.
Okay, all right.
Throw a
Rex,
soundtrack
Rex,
out there.
what's
Rex.
yours?
I'll keep. I got a piece of paper. You got a piece of paper. Somebody does.
The accountant's gotta have it.
One of the most awesome soundtracks that is, you know, great with the movie Transformers, the movie, 1986. Dare to Be Stupid.
What you talking about, Liz?
Weird Al Yankovic with Dare by Stan Bush. The Touch. Come on.
That's not gonna get any votes.
You don't think Transformers the movie's gonna get any votes?
No.
It's a great.
For a soundtrack?
Yeah.
You're gonna vote for it?
I've seen it.
Yeah, the
Can't remember.
soundtrack's amazing. The songs were all original. Yeah,
It's a good movie.
Never seen it.
he's never seen the 86.
I probably did when I was young.
Yeah, you probably-
I've seen it.
Okay.
You've heard it.
You've watched it with me.
No, I was talking the original from
I'm talking
86.
the original
I
1986.
think it's on Tony's desk. If you want to
We watched
borrow
it.
it.
It's all cartoon. It's not. We watched it?
Yeah.
All right,
I
Hayden.
guess
you-
I've seen it. It wasn't
Well,
memorable.
you mentioned soundtracks you have in your car, and I only have one CD
Right.
in my car, and the soundtrack
feel it's
in
a-
my car is the Pulp Fiction soundtrack.
Oh man, that's a
With the
good
dialogue
one.
inserts.
Dang it.
You start with the diners, and it goes right into the pump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good soundtrack.
Yep. Yep. All right, Mark.
All right.
I've got 2, but I'm only gonna say 1. I'll stick with the audience. I'm gonna go with Top Gun soundtrack.
Top, we just stick with the audience.
Well, there's one that I could also throw out there. Jeff Bridges was in Crazy Heart. He did all the music for that himself.
Oh.
That was a good movie.
And he sings it, and he does a really good job. And I know Ben will comment, but we'll go with Top Gun for the
Top Gun.
for
Oh,
the
you're-
official segment.
Foster, you got a good soundtrack?
Yeah, probably some people don't know it. Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Really?
There was music?
There was music?
And what got you into that movie, Jason?
Just like the soundtrack.
Huh.
It's good.
Okay.
More your techno type music.
Okay. See, if we were going with techno, I'd say Tron Legacy.
See, I was
Yeah, I was
literally
gonna
just
say
saying.
You know, Mortal Kombat from the 86 film. Or with the 96?
Jason Krause says Flash Gordon, amazing. It's all Queen.
That was all Queen.
It's all Queen.
Pretty good. I'm gonna say Beaches. Like I told Mike on the way
Beaches,
over.
yeah, Beaches.
Beaches soundtrack.
That just makes me think of Seinfeld.
Robert Nelson says heavy metal.
Oh crap, Beth had a good one too. Forrest Gump.
Wayne Roberts, Full Metal
Man,
Jacket.
Forrest Gump was a double.
Blade.
The Graduate.
These people are smarter than us.
Platoon.
Graduate's really good.
Platoon's really good.
Train Spotting.
See, I knew we actually have a better audience than
Eric
us.
Pearson says Train Spotting.
Yeah.
For Mike to say
Wayne's World.
That's pretty good.
Wayne? Yeah. Eddie and the Cruisers is good. Like we said, we can't just say the Dazed and Confused. We talk about that all the time.
That was too
See, that's my.
It's too good. We
Well,
talk about it all the time.
another really good one from that era is Almost Famous.
Well,
We're-
yeah, Detroit. Rock
Exactly.
City.
And we were talking about Detroit Rock City, Almost Famous.
Someone just goes to Detroit Rock City.
Rocky Ford.
Now he said Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
Highlander was also all Queen.
You got one? No? No soundtrack?
Rocky 4 was
Nemo?
a great soundtrack.
Nemo.
What else?
Sorry.
Rocky 4?
Yeah, Rocky 4.
That was good.
Hayden's favorite rock. You're not the only one out
All
there.
right, let's get a consensus with. Let's get a consensus with the audience. What best soundtrack? Let's see. Out of any of the ones that have been stated, because I want to revote now. Yeah, I want to revote. I like Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump
It's
was
pretty
good.
good.
Forrest Gump was good.
Double. It's a double.
While we're waiting for the votes, I did just watch Tron for the first time. How is Tron Legacy versus Tron?
Better.
Is it? Okay.
It's a.
I'll add it to my list.
It's. Let's put it this
Troy
way.
Reynolds, right? The single soundtrack's really good.
You've seen episode 1.
Yeah.
Tron Legacy is episode 2.
Okay.
So
I just like Jeff
Michael
Bridges too,
Jackson.
but-
then you're gonna love it.
No,
It's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Adding it to my list.
And then hopefully we will get another one.
Are they talking about it?
Weird Science was mentioned. I don't know if that's Tony or my brother or Taylor. Probably Dan. Probably Dan.
Dumb and Dumber is actually a really good
Another
soundtrack
good
too.
soundtrack. Yeah.
Singles. Troy Reynolds says
I
singles.
have
Singles is a good
Dumb and
soundtrack.
Dumber.
I just don't think there's a winner.
No, I don't think you can do one with it. Soundtrack survival.
Goodfellas, Ben Diverti.
I just watched Goodfellas again this week for the 9th
I
time.
need to
It
watch
was
that
great.
one again.
That's Tony.
Well, there's some good soundtracks out there. So now that makes me think I need to get
Might
a
have to
couple
go to the
different ones.
whiteboard eventually.
Yeah, I might have to go to the whiteboard with soundtracks.
Valley Girl.
Was she Valley Girls?
Okay.
High maintenance. High maintenance.
Even some soundtracks have these great songs, like St. Elmo's
St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, it's a great one. Great song.
That's the song and
Beth says
title.
Tron Legacy is legit.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Two-lane
Two-lane black.
Blacktop.
It is.
Two-Lane Blacktop, another vote.
That's got a good one. It's got James Taylor in it.
There's
So
your.
if you ever wanted to see James
There's your
Taylor
soundtrack.
try to act, that's a great movie to watch.
All right, well, we'll move on from soundtrack survival. I have some questions for you, Star Wars experts.
You want to say nerds?
Experts. I talked to my friend Jason about this the other day.
Jason, we mentioned Flash Gordon.
Not that Jason. Jason Wasser. So I watched all of The Mandalorian. It only took me a couple hours.
Right.
However long the episodes are, that's how long it took. That being said, that's pretty obvious. The child, you watch it with people, and they're talking about Yoda all the time. They're saying, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda. And I'm putting the time together here, and it doesn't match up. This is supposed to take after Return of the Jedi. Yoda's dead.
It's not Yoda.
Why does every single person say Baby Yoda?
Species. No, there's no
Because we
species.
don't know his name.
So they call him Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
And we don't
Because
know, we don't
during
know
the first 2 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
there was not an official name. They did
Right.
not start calling him the child, I think, until the 3rd episode.
Well, they said the kid a couple times.
And nobody officially knew it was the child until we started getting toys.
Yeah, all the marketing for it was like held back.
Yeah. Yep.
Correct, but then it said when you get
Troy
the
Federson
toys.
says so much echo.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, Troy. We're working on it. We're in an empty building right now.
Yeah, until we get some stuff.
You know, the child of Yoda, how it's named Yoda, is there is no species for Yoda, not even in any of the books.
That's what Ben Diverti just said, no species.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're going to find one though somehow.
I
That's
think
always kind of been the secret, though. Even
I think that's coming.
by the end of the 5th season,
Right.
we will know more about the back history of Yoda's.
I think that's what they're going to lead into.
You had
They ran-
something good yesterday.
They ran scanners on them. They wanted to run scanners on them.
I was saying, in the show, you see the guy who wants to dissect him, and
Right.
Correct.
he's in the Camino clothes,
Correct.
So my whole thing was saying that he's just a clone of Yoda, just like.
That's what Brandon just said.
Just
There
like
could
the
be a
rumors of
clone.
there being Palpatine clones, Snoke was a clone. There were clone troopers. There's a lot of clones involved.
So, my guess is they wanted to get the child to find all this out because so far, the only 3 of that species that we know of are all Force sensitive. So, can't say Jedi because
Oh boy, yeah.
the child is not Jedi.
But my kids kept saying, do the Jedi tricks, like
Right.
during the major scenes,
Yeah.
Use your hands.
he opened Pandora's box on this one.
Yeah.
Yoda, Yaddle, and who's the other?
Troy says Yoda plus Yaddle equals yodeling.
Wow. Hopefully there's a yodeling studio next door soon.
Yeah. No, I think that was clogging.
Oh, clogging, yeah. Someone wanted to look at the studio to do a clogging studio.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, we may get neighbors at the other
Man.
store down there clogging.
How could that not make money?
You know?
How could that not be profitable?
I'm sure somebody out there does it.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's someone that makes a profit.
I go clogging and see.
I hear it's good exercise.
Yeah.
You're always.
I used to dance and I used to clog.
Oh, we got a clogger.
There is one.
We got a clogger. Give her a little camera time. She clogs.
Okay.
1 second.
I've been a clogger a few times. We didn't have any toilet paper. Paper towels only.
We did find out something today. The Planet Comic Con is now officially canceled for 2020.
Oh, in Kansas City?
In Kansas City, they did cancel it. They
What's
called
not
it.
canceled?
2020.
Tony says.
Bills.
Tony says
Yeah.
they're in it for the money.
Oh, they aren't in it for the money. Cloggers aren't in it for the money. It's for the community,
Why would you ever start a business to make money?
especially in the clogging world.
Filoni supposedly said he will not reveal what species Yoda is because Lucas didn't want it known.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to send George an email.
Yeah, Tyler, you must have checked in a little bit late. Those are all classics. That's not even all of them that we picked up today. Zoom in, yeah, there you go. We've got, I want to say, almost everyone except for what, 5 or 10? Something like that?
Let's just say it right, there's no Scarecrow.
There's no Scarecrow. They did not get Scarecrow. So.
Can you wait like the last up again?
Ben Taverdi says Jon Favreau is going to get the honor of revealing the Yoda species.
You think
He's
so?
done so much for Disney.
There's a war.
We talked
there's a
about
war
that
within
in
Star
Star
Wars.
What a great job he did.
John Meyer says it's the same species as Elmo.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've even heard they're
Well, you'd be
talking about
tickled.
getting rid of the, that's from canon, if you will, the sequel trilogy. So there's
Really?
a whole battle going on with that right now. So.
A war within the war.
I think we can all agree, though, that The Child is lightning in a bottle for Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. It is absolutely, 100% marketing.
Yeah.
And I think they saved Star Wars.
I think the
I
Mandalorian
think they
did
saved
save,
Star Wars,
save the
too.
franchise. Yeah.
And they brought like young people into it again too, because Lila was like, "Hey, when Lila's 8, where can you find a pair of figure?
That's cool.
8-year-old girl." I said, "Hey, you can find it."
That says you need to watch the director series from The Mandalorian. It's them.
Yeah.
It's them talking about making the Mandalorian.
It is really good.
And it's I'm through episode 3, I think. So, Taylor
As long as there's no reading.
McLovin says Jared Ernst is your local Jon Favreau.
Yes, thank you. I do resemble an old
So
Jon
just look
Favreau,
at ya.
even though he's 10 years older than I am.
Ben Taverdi says the Old Republic trilogy is coming. I would agree. I think
That'd be cool.
If you don't watch Jon Favreau's show, by the way, about cooking, it's amazing on Netflix. Brings on stars.
He has a show about
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jon Favreau. Tom Holland's been on. Tony Stark himself's been on. You go on and check out Favreau's show on cooking. Chef Time. I believe it is Chef Time on
Chef
Netflix.
Time?
2 seasons. And he brings on Gwyneth Paltrow's been on, preparing beans or whatever she eats, carrots. It was like
Oh, yeah, she was
You like it, Walter?
she had a piece of asparagus.
Huh?
I don't care for Gwyneth.
Don't like Gwyneth?
Well, you could have eaten some of her asparagus. There was 2 pieces. But no, she did a deal where she was on there. I mean, he just brought on everybody that he's ever had a relationship in the movies. He said, "Hey, where do you like to eat? Let's go there." They bring him back to the back. They cook with them. It's awesome. I like him though. So
What show was this
Netflix.
Netflix.
Well, the movie The Chef on Netflix.
It's called The Chef Show.
Yeah, The Chef Show. And then his movie's called The Chef with Sofia Vergara from Modern Family.
Okay.
Him and her, they're gold in that movie too.
Yeah, speaking of shows, episode 3 of a toy store,
Toy Store Near
toy
You.
store near you. Aired, yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days ago, yeah. I put the links up on our page.
Yeah, it was funny. It was definitely a different approach for
Chef Show.
the show.
Touch the screen.
That's right.
You turned the comments off.
So be sure to watch Toy Store.
They were
Near You.
just being rude.
Hopefully we get on it.
Yeah, hopefully so. All I see is Priska and Chip are watching. Hey, Chip. All right, so enough about the Chef Show with Favreau, but I think that you'd like it. Oh man, he gets to cut brisket with Aaron Franklin in Austin, Texas. I thought that was cool too. You ever been to Franklin's Barbecue? The most famous barbecue place in the world. So.
Oh, Mo must have got done with his plans and now he's watching.
They had to drive to Omaha. So, welcome Mo.
What's up, Mo?
At Franklin's Barbecue, one of the 10 places to go before you die. So.
Is he flying out today?
Nope, they're not leaving until the 13th now. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I know. Maybe you
We'll
can
have
come back and
one
play
again.
Joe's. You can come back and play Joe's with us.
There you go.
Can Mo come play Joe?
Can Mo play Joe's? All right. Okay. Thank you for the Mando recap, though, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, Beth has a lot of knowledge.
Right.
A lot
That
of
is
knowledge.
very Star Wars, yes.
Well, wait till it's all blown over and she gets to be the special guest.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Right. She'll come dressed as the sorceress again.
We'll get her, oh yeah, dressed as the sorceress.
Throw it back.
We had a death yesterday or 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
I think it was yesterday.
Reiner?
Carl Reiner.
Yeah.
Was that yesterday?
98. Was it yesterday?
Sad
They all
news.
went together.
I mean, he led a pretty long, good life.
98 years old.
Yeah,
98 years
So,
old.
you created Dick Van Dyke and,
Yep.
Well, he's big with Mel Brooks. He was.
Yeah.
well, and that, okay, that I did know. He is very close with Mel Brooks, so I wonder how Mel Brooks is going to be. I mean, granted, they've had the greatest life, probably. You know, they just,
Pretty decent.
yeah, pretty decent, you know. I wouldn't complain. But how's this going to be with Mel Brooks? How's it going to affect and, you know, and all that?
Well, if I live to be
But
100,
Mel,
that'd be a
that one's
miracle.
for you.
See?
That's got the Mando
That's got the Mando cosplay ready to go too. So
And she put a little wink after it.
forget the sorceress. We'll do the Mando cosplay now that it's my new favorite show that I don't have to watch till next year now.
Yeah.
So it is actually.
No, it's September.
Good.
Yeah.
Season 2.
That's why I
Yeah,
waited.
he was in Ocean's 11.
Yeah,
Well,
Ocean's
we-
11.
He was great though.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was in Ocean, the next one too.
He was
wasn't
pretty old even then.
He was in all of them
Yeah.
except
Yeah,
for
he was
the girl
old
one.
then.
Surprised Rob didn't go before him.
Right.
Rob's not really.
No. I look old. He is old.
Yeah.
98.
I like Rob Reiner though.
Yeah. So,
Did you bring in trivia questions for today? We're gonna give something away today.
you know, I was working on the random comment generator pick
Right,
thing,
yeah.
and I didn't have time.
What's our trivia question of the day?
Our trivia question of the day.
Right.
I don't know. You find something to talk about, and I'll find one.
Okay, I'll find something to talk about. Starting July 7th, that is Tuesday, Bretta Brothers will be now in charge of Waverly Auctions in Waverly, Nebraska. Jared Ernst will be there Tuesday night grilling hot dogs for all of the Toys from the Past and Auction faithful.
This guy.
Jared Ernst, Jared D. Ernst.
Oh, dear.
Jared D. Ernst, not the other Jared Ernst. He lives in St. Louis and is a Cardinals fan.
Okay.
I don't care for him. Grilling hot dogs. Mike's first night is actually head of the auctions. He's been involved with them for years, but they've taken over, and so Brenda Brothers will now be running the Waverly Auctions, 5 p.m. Tuesday nights,
Tuesday nights.
Waverly, Nebraska, at the the community center.
At the community center, yep. So we are going to be taking loads from the warehouse out there
Right, directly to the auction.
directly to the auction. So anybody that's looking for
Toys from the Past.
toys from the past,
See
yeah, I get that. Yeah,
Yeah,
there will be some
Yeah.
toys out there this week. We got a little bit of a partial estate. We cleaned out a guy's garage, had some really good stuff in it. We're going to take that out. I've already heard from a few people that are bringing stuff out, so it'll be a good auction Tuesday night. Everything's outdoors.
Free hot dogs.
We're gonna have free hot dogs, chips, and a drink. So free dinner basically.
Yeah. Free hot dogs, no fries, chips, and a drink.
Yep. So yeah.
I want to get back there.
All right.
Billy Goat Tavern, Chicago. No fries, chips. Oh yeah. No fries, chips. Facebook lots. Right now we have a Facebook lot on board games. When does that end?
It ended an hour ago. I don't know if
So-
we got any bids.
So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna be checking the Facebook pages, looking for lots that are gonna be up at the warehouse. So go to our Facebook page. There'll be lots up there. Go ahead and put a bid in if you like it. Mike will always release a video. So
We did get an Access Now Eyes. I
Oh,
did see
good.
that, which I like that game.
okay, and then also we have this. This says now hiring. I love how this is worded. Open interviews, date Thursday, July 9th, time 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Applicants must be 16 years of age and a way of transportation. a way of
Which means
transportation.
it sounds like we need a
Right.
sounds like we need a ride.
Yeah, we need a ride. So if you got transportation, you come apply. Because I'm gonna need a ride home.
You get a car, you're right home.
At least blowing my DUI thing so I get my car started, for God's sake. But hey kid, can you blow in this tube real quick? We gotta get home. But no, seriously, in all seriousness though, 5 p.m. at 8, July 9th, Hayden wrote that. That's why we had so much fun. We told him to put reliable transportation. That's what we put.
He doesn't have it, so he can't even write.
Right. And he's like, man, I know what that's like. My car broke down in February.
It would disqualify him.
Right. So that's at this location right here. The actual address is
2840 South 70th Street,
2840 South 70th Street, Thursday, July 9th.
suite number 11.
Suite number 11, you'll find with all the trinkets in the window, though. You'll know where you are. But yeah, so if you're interested, bring an up-to-date resume, you know, and a passion for the toy business. What are you scoffing at resumes for? This is a big deal here. You need a resume. Bring it in. But anyway, so yeah, that's 5 p.m. July 9th. Yep. This is very nicely done. It made our day. We got to giggle about it earlier, too. So, all right, okay, that's open interviews, July 9th. How's the trivia going, sir? I'm dying here.
Yeah, I can't find
It's
anything
not
either.
working, so
Brain is not working this evening. Okay, well,
I'm
I'll
looking
continue to talk then. If you are going to be looking for one of the positions, know that there's a few things involved. A lot of people come in and want you to buy their stuff.
Don't buy Beanie Babies.
You can buy them, but buy them for like $1.
Yeah. Be selective.
Be selective.
That's day 2 of training.
Day 2 training. Yeah, let's stick with day
Beanie
1.
Babies, no.
What have you noticed so far about buying all this stuff, Hayden? Because Hayden's, you know, doing it during the week.
I mean, you get you get everything, so you gotta be able to learn about things you never know.
It's okay to say no, too.
And it's okay to say no. That's the best part.
That
Like,
too.
yeah. Well, at times you're like, I don't really want any of this. You have to be honest with them. Like,
The guy that came in yesterday that had all the Joes and the supernaturals and all that, he was asking.
he wanted a Volkswagen.
Yeah, he wanted a Thunderbird.
Yeah, he wanted Hayden's Thunderbird for it, and you just can't be giving him. You know, sometimes it's there.
Yeah, he wanted a.
Chip says Rex never says no.
No, I'm talking about. Oh, that's.
Oh, I do say no.
That's what Chip Thompson says.
Well, I mean, that's a good deal. That's
That's
a
not
deal
saying
where you
no.
get a car. Yeah, that's the kind of deal.
I could have bought a car for what I paid for that.
Right, but yesterday's stuff we could not have purchased a vehicle.
No. And we could have given him the money.
No. So we got one.
I got all right. I got a trivia question.
All right.
I've got one right here.
7:57. We got 3
Right on
minutes.
time.
3 minutes.
Right on time.
Okay, so
What are we giving away?
I'm giving away a $25 gift card to either Scoops, the ice cream shop next door, or Toys from the Past. It's your choice. So I'm yeah.
You got it?
I'm
know
not
the
able,
answer.
I'm not able to keep an eye on answers.
Got it.
So.
We know the answer.
Okay, in 1984, what was the top grossing movie in the box office?
84.
84.
I think I got it.
84, not 85.
84.
I think I got it.
Oh, I went back to that Back to the Future deal. My sticker does say July 3rd.
It does?
It does. It does not say the 7th.
It is not Back to the Future.
I know.
That's it.
But
That was 85.
85.
my July, when it says, are you going back to the future, it does say July 3rd. So I was kind of worried about
Don't
that.
think
Frank, it was not Spies Like Us.
Nope.
1984, what was the... I mean, it's as
I think it's
fast
pretty
as you
easy.
Can, as fast as you can type it in Google, will be
I
the
think
first
it's
one.
pretty easy.
1984, the top grossing... Frank, that was 19... You're just...
Frank's
winging it.
just
That was
throwing it out
1982,
there.
Frank.
Jeez,
Arthur, that was
Frank.
1985. Troy Gremlins never hit it. Beth Geiger for the win. Did she win last week?
No, she didn't, because we only had
Alright.
one winner last week.
All right.
She always
Beverly Hills Cop.
I was thinking it was,
383 million.
They're not gonna fall for the lightning in the tailpipe.
I thought it was Ghostbusters.
I did too. That's what I was gonna say.
Beverly Hills Cop is excellent.
It's very good.
Beverly Hills Cop, 1984.
Love that.
Beat Ghostbusters out by 5 million.
He's funny. I mean, Eddie Murphy can still go out there and make a hit.
Yeah.
After
That's
seeing
gold.
Not Norbert.
Dolomite,
Yeah, that was
What?
gonna be
It's not Norbert, though. It's horrible.
Or
Alright,
what was the
so-
one where he's like a twin himself?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Beth.
Yep, congrats, Beth. She's like one of our smarter viewers, right?
She's a teacher.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
She is a teacher, yeah.
Yeah, she's a teacher.
Not to say that any of our viewers are
Yeah,
dumb.
not saying
She's
that every
just
viewers are dumb,
above.
they're just-
Yeah.
She knows her Star Wars.
Just not like Beth.
Yeah. Well, this hour just flew right on by, didn't it?
it
It
did.
did. I'm
did.
kind of antsy to get back to the Master of the Universe.
Ghostbusters was 84, Ben, not 85.
Yeah, it lost by 5 million, Ben. They need to make another Beverly Hills Cop. I believe they are. I think
They're talking about a crossover with Bad Boys.
Oh, that's what I heard. Yeah, Bad Boys and Beverly Hills Cop.
Boo.
Fat kids are already spending the $25.
John says
Yeah.
not a bad soundtrack either. So
Beth kids already getting the cash
Yeah.
spent. They were in there haggling the other day, too.
They didn't win.
You guys didn't win, exactly.
yeah.
All right, well, we got to
We're on
say, it
time.
says number 10, our goodbyes. Anybody want to say goodbye to anybody? Thanks to our studio audience here.
Yeah. Got a few people hiding out back behind the dirty counter there.
Bought some tickets.
Yeah, they bought the, we only sold 3 tickets tonight, so.
Yep.
So just
Went for a premium.
They were worth it.
thank you for
Security was a little tough.
coming into your into your home. Make sure you look us up on YouTube.
Yep.
Tell your friends, subscribe. TFTP, Toys from the Past. Subscribe, and was the 100th viewer gets
Yeah, $100 bucks.
Subscriber.
100 subscribers.
subscriber.
Yeah.
We're over 100 views.
Yeah, we're over 100
Are we
views.
100?
Live,
Yeah.
yeah. On
Production,
YouTube.
trust me, production value on the show will be going up as soon as we get the store up and going.
We got a
We got better cameras coming, better lighting, better sound. We got actual sound.
better cast.
Check mine.
Yeah. We get some real talent behind the camera.
Try to get Larry
Who's playing you?
What's that? John Goodman.
Tom Wilson.
We're talking to Favreau. Just,
We're gonna get Tom Wilson.
John Ritter's dead, so they're doing that one. That was my other idea. Guy said, "Hey man, you look just like John Ritter. Been dead for like 7 years. You look a little better than that."
You're kind of looking like Tom Wilson, man. I'm sorry.
Tom Wilson. Oh, Bill.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're kind of looking like Biff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You look
you.
at him.
Just get you
Do that
an Adidas tracksuit, you're all set.
I'd wear it every show if I had that green Adidas pack. I'd wear that right now. If you have one, I will wear that home.
You know what?
All right.
It's in my under closet.
I got some Russian friends. I'll get one.
Okay.
All right.
So next Thursday, right? Or is it 2 Thursdays?
Next Thursday.
It's
Two
yeah.
Thursdays.
It's
Not
Thursday night.
tomorrow.
It's not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow,
Too
but
close
the
to the
Thursday
4th
after.
right now.
Yeah. So
You know, people blowing their fingers off.
we are gonna have some part-time positions and nothing full-time, but some part-time positions opening because we are gonna have 2
My
stores.
phone's already getting people just texting us about the job,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
It's Taylor.
Oh, okay. And I also got a few people to call already too. Dylan, if you're watching, I got your number, bud. Got your number.
You don't need to drive anyone
All
out.
right. So
No one just give me a ride home today.
thanks again, guys.
Thanks again for watching. We'll see
Max.
you in 7
Oh.
days.
My screen. So we have still had a case of